Anyway, so that place was the first big grocery store, other than like the Quillenses and then Cub Foods came in. When Cub Foods came in, they were the first big national, like it's super value foods who owned them. And then almost within, seems like within like 4 or 5 years, Woodman's came in. Woodman's came in knowing they were going to lose money for 10 years, but they wanted the footprint. They wanted to be there, right? And then Festival came in shortly after, but Festival was high end, so Festival was taking the A category. They're more expensive, but they offer higher end services, higher end food. So Woodman's and Cub battled it out. Within 3 years of becoming profitable, Walmart announces they're putting 2 super centers in, and literally Cub had lost money for 10 years, and they said, we're out of here. So that took them away, and it was based on the fact that the demographics. Now, really, they probably made a mistake because the town is continuing to grow. Now the reason they may not have made a mistake is because they were so general in their policy. You know what I mean? They were like there was nothing special about Cub. As a matter of fact, the way Woodman's has survived is they sold the company to the employees, so it's employee-run business, and then they don't take credit cards because the 3% the average margin on a grocery item is 1 to 2%. So the 3% margin you lose on a credit card is killing you when you're working with a 2% margin. So what they did with that 3% is they go out and buy the top quality vegetables. So they won't take a credit card, but they have this high-end vegetable, and they sell them cheap. So I'm not saying they're selling at a loss leader. They might be. I don't know, but they have the highest quality. I mean, they got better quality stuff than Walmart does, and Walmart buys grade A stuff. Walmart buys more national grade A stuff, and I think they're willing to buy stuff locally as well. And so I don't know if you ever shop there for your vegetables. Whenever I'm doing something for the hall, especially that has a vegetable demand, I go there because it's like the red pepper that you're paying like $4 for over at Walmart, you can get for 99 cents there, and it's a better pepper, And it's all like I notice when I'm in there, most of the people that are there are like flocking to that department. I've talked to a guy and he said that too. When you get to the rest of the store, they're not necessarily even any cheaper. Like I think they're actually higher priced in some cases on some of the other products. They also have a huge Asian section and a huge Mexican section as well. So they would, whereas Cub Foods didn't specialize in anything. They were just big and fast. When I worked at Cub, we cashed payroll checks there, which was that's a lot of work on a town that big, because you got to keep a lot of cash. I remember the cash truck coming like 3 or 4 times a day there, because you don't want that cash to sit in the store too long, and you don't want you don't want to drop off $100,000 in cash because you're in charge of it. They did it right in front where that cigarette section was. I remember that. It was right to the right. And the reason they did that was a free service. They were competing against people there's payroll companies out there that were charging the cash. They were doing it for free so that you would go in and buy your groceries for the week.
Right.
And I remember them selling bread, milk, and Coca-Cola. They would sell 12 packs of Pepsi and Coke depending upon the week. They used to give these these coupons out where you could get as a 24 pack, a case of Coke for like $3.95. There's no way they're making money on that. When a 12 pack at our house is costing you $3, you can't make money on a 24 pack, $3.99. But it was a loss leader to get you in the store. You've noticed how they lay them out, right? Your milk and bread is generally, well, the bread not so much anymore, but the milk is all the way to the back, always in a grocery store. Like the back corner is, because you have to buy milk,